Hi guys, just pushing the last couple of buttons and then I'm going to get going. So I'm going to be a short live stream. There's just something I want to get done. Well, I want to get done tonight. Obviously, in the UK, it's quarter to midnight, so pretty late. So that's why I'm not going to be up too long. Okay, I think the volume's working. I'm not 100% sure. So this was very last minute, and I literally just pushed a few buttons, and yeah. Hi guys. Yeah, it is late. Yeah, I mean, I had a game of Kill Team earlier. We went on a bit longer than we normally do, just because there was one rule that came up, and we just couldn't work out what the solution to this rule was. We looked online, and obviously then there's a multitude of options of what people say. So yeah, there's something I want to get sort of part built, and it's this fella here, the Mega Track Scrapjet. But I'm making mine a little bit different. I want to make mine like Dirk Dastardly's The Mean Machine. So I'm going to change a few bits, bit of kit bashing, and I've had a bit of 3D printing. Really, sounds good. Cheers, Lazy Mini Painting. That's very good because for some reason I couldn't hear anything. Oh, I can now. But we'll turn that off because I don't want to hear myself. And where's my music? I had music a minute ago. Not that one. That one. Yeah, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to be on, anyone's going to be watching. I have no idea. All I know is I was going to be up for about an hour or so. And yeah, I thought I'd quickly pop on, see if there was anyone on. And you guys, if there is anyone on, you can watch me. Well, start assembling this. So obviously you need to do some filming because I haven't done any filming with this at all. This turned up literally today from Chaos Cards. There's a link in the description, guys. Go give that a click. There's a discount code there. I think it's Kill Team, and that get you 5% off any order over £30 on their miniatures. And say Chaos Cards is kind of where I get all mine from. And not too surprisingly, I use my own code as well. So yeah, so I need to film bits of this, as this is what I'm going to be opening. So I'm making a little bit of a change on mine. Mine's going to look like is it Dick Dastardly? Wacky Races. I really like the look of his car. So this has got a little bit of a sort of a feel to it, but I'm going to 3D print some bits for the back and the top, as well as get a squig in there with him. But yeah, right, let's get some filming done. Say this won't be a very long stream, maybe an hour ish. So yeah, I just really fancy getting part of this sort of assembled now, and then tomorrow I can do some more kit bashing and, well, cutting up of the thing really. But yeah, I hope you guys are all good. There's only a few people on, but that's fine. So I wasn't really, well, I had no idea if anyone would be on. Obviously, I know in the UK this is probably a bit late, so there's not going to be many UK people. Well, there might be some. Anyone doing late shift or night shift or just up late. But yeah, probably get more Americans on, I would thought, because obviously the time there is a bit nicer because it's just the afternoon. Anyway, enough waffling. Let's do some filming. That looks like that'll be good. So yeah, at some point when I edit this, I will be saying over this that I'm looking forward to, well, doing a bit of kit bashing and changing this into something else. But obviously this is kind of how all my videos start. Me taking things out of the box, showing the instructions and the bits. Obviously just the one sprue. I mean, they probably could have done this into like 2 halves and put it in a smaller box, but there you go. Good old instructions and a base. And as this is a big base, I'll be keeping the base to go with all the rest. Right, is that bit done? So if you watch many of the videos of when I make things, you'll sort of see that I kind of like open the box, show the few tools I need, then I do a little bit of filming of clipping bits out. So yeah, so basically every process I do, I film. I don't necessarily keep it in the end result. Yeah, sometimes it all stays in. Well, never all of it, but a lot of it, and quite often a lot of it just gets dropped out. TJ, hello from Chicago. Good afternoon, good evening, yeah, and all that to you. Hope you're all well. Knight Thomas, UK watcher. Cool. Yeah, say because it is late, but say I've just finished the game of Kill Team, so I'm kind of like sleepy, but I'm not sleepy. My brain's still going, which is why I just want to get this out, have a little look, see what bits are here. Say some of it I'm going to assemble now, only a few bits probably, because there are some bits I'm going to want to cut up. Just to say, I want to change it into Dick Dastardly's Mean Machine. So this vehicle will be purple, so good old stealthy for the orcs. Is it stealthy or just downright invisible? I'm not sure. But yeah, it'll be the first time I've actually painted an orc vehicle purple. Generally, I seem to go with yellow and red. Jake Lewis, have I ever used the army painting basing terrain stuff? I have, yes. Yeah, funny enough, I did have a few sets. I mean, one of the ones I use quite a lot is the scenery sand. Yeah, I do generally keep my bases quite simple, and sand is generally one of the main ones that I use. But yeah, I did have a couple of their sort of like terrain boxes, which are pretty cool because they come with obviously a variety of paints, foam card, sand, say paints and stuff. Yeah, they're pretty good. But lazy painting, make it red when I go faster. I would, but say because I'm copying the Dick Dastardly vehicle, and his is purple. So his is purple, mine is going to be purple. Sandman, you want to get this vehicle once I finish the Boom Dacker Snazwagon. I had one of those. I don't know if I actually made it properly. I kind of use it as a kitbashing thing, I think. But I love the name. Say orcs. You got to love orcs because they are just so much fun. The names are fun. The characters are fun. Everything's just fun. Right. So usual thing. Say going to show those, and then we're going to show the tools that I use, which aren't too many. Obviously, a bit of glue, some good old snips, and then a nice trusty blade that's well, normally as blunt as anything. And we'll have a look at the instructions, which I'm going to kind of follow-ish, I think. But say, yeah, there's some bits I won't follow because I've already printed a couple of bits off. So one of the, if I don't know, do you guys know old Dick Dastardly from Wacky Races? So that's what I'm going to go for with this. So I've already printed off the engine bit that is basically the back of Dick Dastardly's vehicle. So this is going to go at the back. So I mean, on this one there is a little there's a little grot in the back shooting, but obviously he's not going to be in it because I'm going to replace the back end with this. And I've also printed out a couple of other little bits. So this is like one of the parts that go above the cabin where the driver sits, again from sort of Dick Dastardly's vehicle, and then another little sort of winged bit that goes, well, on the front. So yes, there's a few bits I printed out. So my printer is currently whirring away in the background, and it's printing a grot. Well, I wasn't too sure which one, so I'll print, no, not grot, squigs. So I've got a couple of squigs being printed. Just because obviously Dick Dastardly has his companion Muttley, the dog. So that's going to be beside him as well. Right, so say, yeah, I'm going to glue some bits together. But I say, because I want to chop off basically the whole of the back. Yeah, so, just the sort of the back compartment I want to chop off and replace with this sort of engine. So that's going to be where the main chopping is going to happen. I might chop off the wing bits. Not too sure. But say, but yeah, definitely not going to have this little guy in the back. He's not going to be in there, so I'll be able to keep him for something else. So let's cut out the two main bits and number 4, which is that bit there, and the driver's seat. Right, yeah, we'll cut those bits out. Oh, another thing I printed out earlier today. I don't know if anyone's seen one of the videos recently about the textured dry brush palette. Well, I had quite a few people mention about 3D printing one. So I thought, yeah, why not? Because obviously I like my 3D printer. Obviously it's only just been printed, well, printed, cleaned and sprayed black. So you can just about see that obviously my face kind of is on there, or my logo is on there. I've got some nice orky bits up here. There's a bit of like a spaceship terrain bit there. And I've got 3 kind of little wells. So when I do dry brushing, I put the paint in there, load up the brush and then rub it all over the face, just to obviously get the dry brush to a nice dry state. So yes, I'm gonna, well, you'll be able to see this in this video. But yes, yeah, so rather than using that textured dry brush palette that I made up, which looks good and works really well, I like the idea of, well, one of me basically. Anyway, right, so let's get up there. We'll zoom in a little bit, and let's say we're going to cut some bits out. Say only going to assemble some of it, but say this back end needs to be cut out. I've got a kind of a hacksaw. I did have a little junior hacksaw with a diamond cutter's sort of blade. Well, not diamond cutting, a jewelry blade. But it was that thin. I used it for about 30 seconds and then snapped it. But it only came with one blade. So yeah, I think I've got a little junior hacksaw somewhere, so that might be used to cut the back off. Or sometimes I use my Dremel tool. The only problem with the Dremel tool though is it can cause a lot of sort of smoke to come off these things, which isn't obviously good for you with the plastic. But right, so what was I going to cut off? The 2 side bits, number 4, and the seat. Right, let's just check. It's zooming down, so I'll be going to film the obviously a few bits that I am doing now. Right. And then we'll start videoing. So yes, any bits I don't use in this obviously will just be kept in the old bits box. So there's a fair chance that I may well do a live stream tomorrow, just to sort of carry on with this. And if I do, it'll probably be in the morning sometime, I would have thought. Maybe sort of like 9-10 o'clock ish. Not 100% yet. But yeah, there's a reasonable chance I might do a live stream in the morning. Right, let's stop. Oh, knock the thing flying. Right, so it's those bits, and is it the driver's seat? I think. Which is that one? Yeah, I hope you guys are all having a good week. Yeah, I'm having a good week. Obviously, painting lots, making lots, and yeah, having a go at the airbrush yesterday. First time I've ever used an airbrush. Really cool. Obviously, a bit of a learning curve, lots to learn. But really pleased that you can use the Army Painter speed paints in them though, which is really good without having to dilute them down in any way. You can just use the paints as is. The one thing I need to do is change the PSI on the airbrush. Obviously I had it quite high. Well, I had it on what it came on. So yes, that's definitely something I need to sort of like keep adjusting. Because yeah, I was having a bit of a case of no paint would come out, or then loads of paint would come out of the airbrush. But yeah, cool. Okay, we've got a few more people joining, which is nice. Alan's on here. If I remember, orcs are colourblind to purple. Ah, so that's why they believe it's stealthy, because it's just because they can't see it, not anyone else. Cool. Yeah, Mr. Scorn. Yeah, the little dude at the back is going to be coming out, but again, I'll be able to use him in something else, which should be fun. Yeah, the Anthill mob, used to love them. I used to love the whole, well, I think all the people in Wacky Races were really cool. Yeah, definitely my kind of era, I think that. Right, so let's have a quick look. So yes, so he's not going to be in the back. So we can just glue the seat in. The console needs to go in. So seat and console. There's the console. Number 2, I'm guessing. No, it says 24. Oh yeah, no, it says 24 as well. Yeah, so like I said at the beginning, this isn't going to be a long stream by any sort of stretch of the imagination. It purely is a case of, I finished playing a game of Kill Team earlier. I felt kind of wide awake, and yeah, I just want to make a little start on this. As much as anything, just to sort of see what sort of bits I may need to 3D print or to try and sort of find from other boxes. So there's not going to be a lot of changes to it really, other than say the engine bit. I've got the old wacky the Mean Machine back sort of engine, so that's going to go on, and then like there's a couple of covers, the old fin sort of covers. One goes over the cabin and one just goes at the front of the vehicle. And say I'm printing out a couple of squigs just to sort of see which one looks best as Muttley. But we'll get to those in a minute. So again, we're going to film a little bit of me just doing some scraping. Again, just so, because each video I do, even though obviously it can be quite repetitive, as in for people to watch me sort of opening the box, getting the things out, showing what tools I use, doing a little bit of scraping to show that I do the scraping. But as I see, every video I do could be seen by new people. So that's why, as much as they are kind of repetitive, sort of the beginning bits, I feel they really kind of need to be, just so anyone new who watches a video will see exactly the whole process, of model making, priming, dry brushing, and then painting. Right, so we can just show that, and again, this is where obviously we're going to scrape any little bits. So what are you guys up to at the moment? I say I can't see there being too many people from the UK because it's a little bit late. It's midnight already. So I am kind of thinking maybe more people from possibly America or maybe even Australia, because obviously it's morning time over there. I have heard of Zenithal highlights. Yes. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to using the airbrush more. I do need to get like a little spray booth or something for it though. It doesn't give off like a lot of paint or fumes, especially because I had it on a high setting. So if I lowered that down, it probably wouldn't be too much. But just as a way, obviously, to not make a mess on my desk, I do need to get like a small little airbrush unit thingy. What's it? I don't know what they're called. Airbrush. I don't know. My brain's gone dead. I say it's late. There you go. See, Joel Peterson. Hello from Australia. Good morning to you, buddy. Hope you're all well. Mr. Scorm is brushing his teeth before bed. Been building a squad of flash gits. Cool. Obviously, anything to do with orcs, I obviously love. So I don't really need to be scraping the back end bit, because that's going to be the first bit that gets cut off. Oh, still filming. Let's turn that off. There's a video making your own spray booth. That was a thing I couldn't think of. Customize it to make it orky. That could be a good idea actually. especially so I've got a laser cutter as well, so that cuts, well, wood and other stuff. So yes, I could probably use that to help make one. Yeah, maybe I should make one and yeah, make it orky. But yeah, there's another video idea. I'm going to make one. Might as well video myself making it. I might just do that. Yeah, cheers, Jake. Magic Wazza, nice name. Hello from the Netherlands. Hello to you. Spray booth fan vent. Yeah, see, I should have known spray booth. That's what the word. The word I just couldn't think of. It escaped me. Is that one I've already done? Yeah. Let's have a quick type of the exhaust pipe thingy. Zebra, what's it? Yeah, so I had a good game of Kill Team earlier. I love Kill Team. So it's me and my mate, we play, and every week the games are just different because we both obviously play differently each time. I've got it set up so the kill zone board that we use has got like obviously 4 corners, and we roll a dice to see which corner we start in. And then we don't play objective games as such, we play capture the flag. So there's always a flag in the centre of the board, and it's whoever can get the flag furthest across the, well, not even furthest across, but ending up with the flag being in the other person's side of the board. And yeah, tonight's game was really good, really close. So yeah, round 1 I think we both lost 1 player. Round 2 I think we both lost 2 players. So by round 3 we both had 3 players left. And yeah, it was nice. It was really close. Yeah, it's kind of like mid to end of round 3. I felt like I was starting to make ground, and then the usual thing when you roll initiative to see who gets to start the round. Yeah, that kind of made. Yeah, I think if he had gone first, then I probably wouldn't have won, or I may have done. I don't know. It would have been close, but yeah, I won the initiative. Got to go first in round 4, and that kind of clinched it for me, which is pretty cool. Packs cracked. Listening in as I'm about to drive home from work in California. You got some good weather there? I guess you've always got good weather in California. Been there many moons ago. Yeah, I can't think when I last been there a few times, but yeah, been quite a while. Wayne, does anyone use a magnifying lamp? I've had a go at using one of them. I just didn't get on with it. Although I have been looking at getting the old like the headpiece with magnifying glasses. I just find the magnifying lamp, it just felt weird looking through it at my hands. My hands didn't look like they were mine. It's almost like watching the TV and you're controlling someone else's hands. Oh, pardon me. So yeah, so I didn't quite get on with one of those, but I am looking at getting the old magnifying glasses just to see if they'll make any difference. So yeah, anyone just joining in, I am making. I have to have a look because this is how bad my memory is. I haven't got a clue. I'm making the Mega Track Scrapjet, but I kind of purposely brought this one because it kind of reminded me a little bit of Dick Dastardly's Mean Machine. So that's why I'm going to convert it into Dick Dastardly's Mean Machine. So most of the front's going to stay the same. It's the back I've got like a big engine bit, and obviously the colour. I'm going to go for purple. I've never gone for a purple vehicle before, but as that's the colour of Dick Dastardly's vehicle, and obviously it's going to be sneaky for the orcs, it seems like a good choice to go for. Right, let's just get rid of some of this shavings, because as much as this hobby makes a mess, I can't stand mess. I like things to be nice, neat, in their place. Everything's got its place, so it goes back afterwards. Right, let's have a quick look, because whenever I scrape off the bits, I always generally end up leaving some bits. So let's have a little dry fit, make sure it fits together nicely before I attempt to film it. But yeah, it looks like it goes together, although I think I need to glue the little bits in first and then put the other half up. I say it's not going to have the little guy in the back because, well, the back end is going to get chopped up, but he looks pretty cool, so obviously I'll be able to use him. Come down a bit. Yeah, I'll be able to use him in something else, which would be quite cool. Right, so let's go with that one. And the engine looks like it goes that way round. And on there. Like that. His seat just pops in there. Cool. Alright, let's film that. Get the glue. Right, cool. That'll do for the filming bit. I'll get his little console. Well, how I'm going to paint that? That looks, well, rather diddy and intricate, but I guess we'll have a go. Although, where does it go? Somewhere there. Well, it doesn't look like it's got little little prongs that would go into anything. Right, let's just hold that for a second. Let's have a quick look, see what you guys are talking about. Mr. School, how long does it take to clean for model cleanup? Because only 2 mold lines. Yeah, I guess it's down to individual taste, isn't it, really? I mean, I do my best to try and get rid of mould lines, but then there's some cases where you just miss them or you don't notice them until you start painting, and then you can see them, and then it's a case of, well, you probably could still get rid of the mould lines, but it's quite a lot of hassle. So yeah, I think the thing is, if you're doing painting just for yourself, you clean it as much as makes you happy, really. If you're not happy, then yeah, spend more time cleaning it. There's no real right or wrong way, really, with this sort of hobby. Especially if you're doing it obviously for yourself and not like a commission for someone else or entering a competition, then yeah, it's really down to you how much time you put into things, I guess. Right, there's definitely nothing else that goes in here. Alright. That's the reason why I like using this extra thin glue. You can sort of put things together as a dry fit and then put this over the top and it just seeps in between because it's well, so thin. Right, let's try and line some of these bits up. leave that out for the moment just so I can see what's what. I'll just hold that, watch glue dry. But, yeah. Mr. Zeno, hello. Hello from France, he says. Hello to you from the UK. Daft Poo Poo, cool name. Right. So say most of this back bit is going to kind of get chopped off. So that's why I'm going to assemble some of this, but some of it I can't assemble until I've done a bit of chopping. So yeah, so this whole back bit, that's why I've not put the grot in there. That's going to come off. So I'm going to turn this into the Dick Dastardly's The Mean Machine. So this is what I've printed off for the engine at the back. Obviously, like most things, went on Thingiverse, and that's where I found the vehicle, The Mean Machine. But luckily, it comes in parts, so you can print off just the bits you need. And I say the only bit I really want is the engine bit. So I printed one off. I kind of guesstimated the size I needed it. The chance I may need to make it bigger. I'm not too sure, because I think in the picture it is quite large. So, and I'm kind of thinking it's larger than what I've done, but that's the joy of having a 3D printer. If you print something and it's not right, just print another one. Yeah, I'm sure I have to have another look at the picture, but I'm sure it is quite large to the rest, as in it's got quite a big bum, but that's fine. So I can print out another one of those. I say the other thing I printed out was these kind of like little archway thingies. So one's going to go over there, and then there's a smaller one that just goes like on the front. So there's only a few bits I'm actually going to sort of change to this. The rest of the vehicle I kind of really like, except these bits underneath. For some reason I don't like the look of these tusks. I don't know why. I don't like them. So they won't be going on. But obviously I like the front, I like the machine guns. Obviously you've got to have guns. I like the tank treads and things in the back. The wings, I'm not too sure about the wings. I might take them off. I'm not sure, because obviously I know this is obviously meant to be, well, an aeroplane that they've turned into a car. Hence the reason why it's called Megatrack Scrap Jet. Yeah, I love orcs. Orcs, kitbashers, they're the best things, aren't they, orcs? Yeah, so those wings I might take off, and these sort of winged bits at the back, they won't be there. I'm going to swap his head for a different head, because I really like his head, but I want a different one because I want to do a bit of green stuff and put Dick Dastardly's hat. He's got quite a big hat, hasn't he? And like a cape, not a cape, cap at the front. Plus he's also got a moustache, so I'm not sure whether to do like a little moustache from green stuff or literally just sort of paint two little lines on his face. Not sure yet. So yes, that's why most of the front I can build as is. It's just the back. Obviously, won't put the tracks on until I've cut the back and put the big engine, on there. Jake, so aside from orcs, do I have a second favourite faction? I guess in general the whole sort of Space Marines I like, just because they're big, they're tanky. I love obviously the big armour they wear, and the fact that they can have guns, shields and swords. Because obviously I used to play a lot of D&D, and one of my favourite characters in D&D, well there's a few really, I've always liked ones that can do magic, but paladins, I love paladins. The fact that they are in big chunky armor, but they can do spells. So yeah, so for me, Space Marines are kind of like paladins. So I like them. Well, my kill team, the kill team I'm currently using is the Legionnaires, or Legionary. I never know which way to say it. Legionnaires, Legionary, tomato. That's who I use at the moment. Mainly because I do like the teams of 6. My first team was the Orc Commandos, but the fact there's like, was it 10? No, 12, because there's a 10 sort of Orcs, and then you got the little Squig and the little Grot, and I just found it was too many operatives to move around. So yeah, I like teams of 6. Although I have played the Custodes, and I loved them. They were awesome. I mean, they are tanks. Mr. Zeno, thanks for all the sprue tutorials. God, yeah, I haven't done one of them for a while, have I? It helped you a lot. Oh, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed the old sprue videos. Yeah, it's been a while. I've not... Yeah, because I did start building something, didn't I? About beginning of this year. So a good 6 months ago, I started building something out of sprues and then kind of stopped. And then, so yeah, it was about 7 months ago, my enjoyment of painting kind of, well, happened, kicked in, materialised. So yeah, that's kind of why I do a lot more painting of miniatures now, just because I really love it. Right, so the next bit to go on is that big top, the big top bit. So I say there really isn't much to sort of put together on this, but a lot of it I won't, because say anything to do with the back, I really want to get that cut off first. But say I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do it with the hacksaw I've got, or whether I have to use my Dremel. If I use my Dremel, it's definitely too late for me to get that out, because I say it's like, what's it, 20 past 12. So yeah, I don't think my neighbours would be too happy with my my Dremel coming out. So I love Warhammer stuff. So much detail. So the fact there's so much detail in his little cockpit, something you're hardly going to see, especially when he's in there and his arms are there. And yet, yeah, they put so much detail into areas. I love it. But yeah, right. So we're going to put this on. Although it looks like, does anything need trimming back? Didn't feel like it felt flush. Oh, a little bit there. Yes, again, guys, to say this video really is just or stream, just a quick little one. Just as I was finishing off playing Kill Team, felt wide awake, so thought I would spend like an hour or so, just making a start on this really. So I've got a few other projects that I am doing. You just say honestly, I always have about 3 or 4 projects on the go. Again, because there's a few of them that I painted, and they're kind of like the drying. TriStar, you're right, buddy. And mate, again, thanks so much for the donations. Yeah, I've got something turned up tomorrow. I forgot what it's called, but it is it's a NID. It's a NID boss. I can't think what I ordered. What did I order? Yeah, because you said about obviously the NIDs and that. I'm gonna look see what I ordered because I can't remember. I've gone a bit mad this month, I must admit, ordering stuff. But yeah, so guys, Chaos Cards, link in the description. Get 5% off whenever you buy anything over £30. So I use my own link. I'm sure you can, because they don't say you can't. You saw the airbrush video. Is anything about the airbrush come up as a surprise to me? The biggest one was the noise, or should I say lack of noise. For some reason, I always thought a compressor just made a noise all the time. I don't know why, I just presume it made a noise all the time. But obviously when you turn it on, I'm assuming it obviously fills up a chamber full of compressed air, and then when you use the gun, it goes from the compressed chamber, so the engine, the noise, whatever it is, kicks in to make more compressed air. Obviously I'm dumbing down everything because I don't know much in technical terms, but yeah, it was quiet, so much quieter than I thought. And even when the thing was compressing air, it was still relatively quiet. And I've had a quick look at, obviously there's loads of comments on there. I say, 'cause I am a real noob, but I've had this thing for about 6 weeks. It's the first time I've got it out and actually had a little go. So yes, everyone was saying obviously the pressure I had was too high, which is why there was like no paint came out, and then all of a sudden, bosh, loads of paint came out. But again, it's all one big learning curve, and I'm going to have fun learning. So yeah, I need to turn the PSI down. So if anything, that's going to make it even quieter. So yeah, long story short, that's probably the thing that's really surprised me, was how quiet it is, and probably how quieter it will be. Plus, I love that big pot that you use for cleaning it, because I kept imagining I'd have to keep undoing the gun, taking it to the sink, giving it a good old rinse, wash, all the rest of it. But that pot thing that it came with, the fact you can just shove it in there, pour more water in, just keep using the airbrush gun thingy until it all runs through, and then you can just put the next paint in. And I found that really good as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using it more, because I may even use it for this, but again, I would use it to sort of cover the whole thing purple and then go in and do any like details and highlights and all the rest of it. But if something to get like loads of paint on something pretty quick, then yeah, I'm going to use it more, because it's really good. Loved it. Right, I was having a look to see what I've ordered, because I say I kind of forgot. Was it that one? No, not that one. That's the League of Votan. I'm getting some of them little guys. Oh yeah, so it was the so this is obviously more to TriStar. I ordered the Tyranids Blood Lord. Yeah, so he's going to be hit tomorrow. So he's quite a big chunky looking one. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to having a go at building him, making him, and doing something for his base. Yeah, so yeah, Tyranids. Oh no, Brood Lord, not Blood. Can't read. Yeah, the Brood Lord. Yeah, so I've got him turned up. I think he's turned up tomorrow actually. So yeah, so that's all thanks to TriStar and his generous donating. Yeah, we're gonna have a go. I've not really done Tyranids before, so it'd be quite cool to have one of those. Jake, the Legionnaires are the Chaos Space Marine one. The Oathbreakers, so evil. Oh, evil paladins, cool. I must admit, I do like them, because I can't remember which three I've got, but I like melee, so yeah, they go in and they attack, and yeah, love it. And so far, I think they're on a bit of a winning streak. I think they've played maybe about 5 games, and I think they only lost 1 so far. So yeah, they are doing rather well. I'm enjoying them. It's like every one of them has good abilities, which is really, really cool. But so I did enjoy playing the Custodes though, just because they're just like tanks, because they like hit on 2s, save on 2s, quite a lot of wounds, do some big damage. And yeah, loved them. Yeah, Al, that airbrushing, I literally did it yesterday. I haven't got the miniature here. He's over there somewhere. But yeah, I'm pleased with how he turned out, especially when I first painted on him, and say the paint just like something like threw up on him. But the main reason I've always wanted to use the airbrush is to do that blending, the blending of the colours into each other. And say for my first go, I'm kind of pleased with what happened. And yeah, as I say, it can only get better, hopefully. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to using that more. Trust our Broodlord is cool. He's more related to Gene Stealer cult than mainline Tyranids. So this is where I have no idea. I say, because I get pretty much all my miniatures from Chaos Cards. I was looking to see which ones they had, and they did have quite a few others, but they weren't in stock. So he's like the first one I saw as a main sort of a single one. Yeah, so it'd be fun to have a go at doing him. Yeah, Al, so it is that weird thing. The air gun is pushing it down to let the air, and then like pulling it back to let the paint out as well. So it is getting used to holding the sort of pen gun thing, and doing all that. But again, I like trying new things. It's fun to try something new, and well, hopefully get good at it, or at least enjoy it. I mean, that's the main thing I find with this. If you get good at something, yeah, awesome. But if you're having fun with what you're doing, then yeah, it's the having fun bit for me. Right, cool. We'll just hold that for a little bit. So the other thing I say, again, I have like quite a few projects on the go just because I love painting now. So the other thing I've almost finished is my my Sentinel. Was I doing anything with this online? I can't remember on a stream. But yeah, so my Sentinel is nice and rusty. Pleased with how he's come out, and I've tried to make it so the base is kind of like a Martian sort of base, I guess, like the old red sand. So yeah, so he's nearly done. There's a little bit more to do, and then that'll be another video coming out. I still haven't done any more with this dude, and I've forgotten what his name is. It Oblivion or something? Oblivion? I'm not sure. But I started painting him, didn't I, in a live stream? He's got no further than what I did in that live stream. And there's some more figures over there that I've just 3D printed to paint them. Yeah, as always, I can't help myself. I like to have lots on the go, especially when you 3D print it. So I've got the squigs printing. So rather than printing and then just sitting waiting and not doing anything, yeah, that's kind of why I like to have several projects on the go. Right, this is nearly glued together. We'll obliterator. That sounds right. Yeah, something like that. Oh, there we go. Someone else, Jake said obliterator as well, so it must be that. And anyone who just quickly joined on, if you haven't seen it, I showed this earlier. Obviously, someone mentioned about 3D printing the textured dry brush sort of palette. So that's exactly what I did. I 3D printed one. So it's got obviously my logo on it. Some good old Orky bits. There's rough terrain there anyway. A bit of a door panel. And then 3 nice little divots. I don't know. So you put your paint in there, load up your brush, and then dry brush all over my face to get it the right consistency. So yeah, nice little 3D printed textured dry brush palette. So you'll be able to see that in use in this video. I'm probably another video actually. Right, so that was that bit. Again, I'm not going to do anything with the back. And so there is a fair chance I'm going to cut these. Wings, and I'm going to still obviously any missiles and bombs that come with this, they're going to be packed on here somewhere. But yeah, I'm still not too sure about these wings. But yeah, so this obviously, if you recognise the Dick Dastardly, the Mean Machine. So this bit is obviously going to go sort of over there. And almost instantly it kind of gives it that Dick Dastardly look. So I've got that bit to go over there. There's a smaller little sort of tail fin, sort of what's it, and I say the big old engine at the back. But yeah, this doesn't actually look big enough now. At least I reckon about another 20 or 30% bigger, because it is quite a large engine on the actual vehicle when you see it. So yeah, I might set that printing tonight actually, because then it'll be done by the morning, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, so I hope you guys are all well and happy. And say I'm only going to do a little bit longer. So it was literally a case of I just thought I was going to do something, and I thought let's see how quickly I can set things up to do a live stream. And yeah, it pretty much was just moving a few cameras, pushing a couple of buttons, and then yeah, here we are. Yeah, so with the guy that's in here as well, I want to change his position. Because I want to get a squig in there with him, because the squig will be Muttley, his dog. So I may need to sort of somehow move the orc to one side just to give a bit of room to get the squig in. But again, the good thing is I'm printing a couple now. I can see the size if they fit well, and if they don't fit, then I'll print a small squig. So I must admit, I love 3D printing. I love it. It's just so great being able to make exactly what you want, the size that you want. It's just cool. I just wish I knew how to do the model making in Blender and, well, whatever else it is they do it in. Right, so not doing any of the bits at the back. Oh, the exhaust I can do, and the drilly bit at the front we will do as well. I haven't done any filming for a bit, so let's just film a little bit of this. Just so we've got some bits for footage. Cool. Oh man, sorry. Keep hitting the old camera. Yeah, as I say, I might do a live stream tomorrow. If I do, it'll be kind of more morning, sort of like 10 o'clock-ish for a couple of hours. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think there's definitely a chance I'll be doing one on Thursday, though. Thursday, sort of 2-ish or so, I guess. As that seems to be a reasonable time for people. Right, we'll glue this, and we'll get this on. Yes, so the engine that I kind of 3D printed, that was 3D printed, and I kind of just eyeballed a rough size to print. So that's the reason why I wanted to sort of like, even if I was only going to assemble a little bit of this, just so I could assemble enough to then go and make the 3D printed bits the right size. And it does just sort of get glued on the front, yeah. I'll just film this little bit as well. There we go. Why do I feel like it's not located? Right, let's get some more glue on. If in doubt, more glue. Oh, I think it's that way round. There we go. Cool. So I think we'll put the exhaust bits on. Yeah, don't want to be putting anything on the wings yet, because I think I could well be chopping wings off. Can't do the back bits because that's definitely going to get chopped off. So this bit at the bottom, I might need to cut that as well, because say for some reason I don't. Let's put it a bit in between. There we go. Oh no, they are separate. Oh, that's handy, because I didn't want them. I'd say for some reason I just don't like the look of them. Don't know why. But yeah, they're not going to be there. Right, yeah, I think I'm just going to put these exhaust bits on. So guys, yeah, so this is only a quick little one, just to sort of, well, just to see if there was anyone this sort of time, to be honest. And the fact that I was going to have an hour just to sort of do a few bits on here. So this was the main bit I wanted to build. Again, purely because I want to 3D print the back bit. So I'm going to have another look at the picture that I'm using as a reference for it. And I say, I think the engine on it is quite a big old chunky thing at the back. So I mean, it may even be another 50% bigger actually. It's going to be quite big. Yeah. So yeah, if any last minute questions, guys, if you want to ask them, so otherwise I think I'm going to actually finish it there, because that was the bit I kind of really wanted, was just to sort of see size of this. And again, this was kind of eyeballed, but it looks like it shouldn't be too bad a fit somewhere along the lines of there. Yes, that should look quite good. I say, yeah, I think these wings I'm going to have to sort of cut off as well. So tomorrow when I can use the Dremel, yeah, it's going to go. So you're going to cut the whole of that back bit off, cut the wings off. Most of the other bits are going to probably stay as they are. But yeah, it's a cool looking vehicle, I must admit. I do like it. Cool. Right, yeah, guys. Say short but sweet. Just to sort of see if anyone was on, and just to get that little bit done. Yeah, so I might live stream tomorrow. It all depends on what pops up and what else I'm doing. But say, I think Thursday there's definitely more chance of doing a live stream Thursday, and that one probably would be around the sort of the 2 o'clock sort of time. Hello, Spooky Productions. Hi, how are you? I'm just about to go. So this was a very short one. Yeah, just want to see who was on and to get this little bit glued together, just so now I can go into, well, I use Tinkercad sometimes, although because this is just a single built thing, I can just resize the one I've got of these just to make it a whole lot bigger, really. So it's going to be, let's say, most of that back bit's going to get cut off, and then it'll go there. Anyway, Luke Penner, yeah, caught the end. To say it's a very short one, so. It was, well, it was last minute. There was no sort of posting details that I was going to be doing one. Yeah, just wanted to see who was on. There's a few of you, which is always nice. And I say, I just want to get a little bit done of this. And yeah, so in the next video as well, or one of the videos, you'll see my new textured dry brush palette, as made by me in Tinkercad. 3D printed, so I've gone for a nice thick one. Because sometimes when you 3D print stuff, especially when you print it thin, it can start to warp. Not straight away, but you give it like a couple of weeks, and then yeah, the sort of the air temperature gets to it, or just it still shrinkage. I'm not too sure. So that's why I've gone for a nice solid thick one. Yeah, my textured dry brush palette. Cool. Right, I'm going now. So it's late. It's 20 to 1 in the morning in the UK, and I'm generally up about 6, just because I'm always up about 6. Anyway, yeah, guys, cheers for being here and keeping me company for the short period I was here. Say I will be live streaming again, maybe tomorrow, if not definitely I would say on Thursday. So Thursday, probably about 2 o'clock UK time, is when I'm likely to be doing it again. So yeah, if you can join me then, that would be awesome. Okay, guys, well, you all take care. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll speak to you all soon. Okay, bye for now.